Hi, my name's Jeff, Mr. Law. I work for Snap-on Tools, and I've been interested in tools for a long time. Before we're finished, I'm going to talk to you about some specific tools and how they're used and used properly. But before I do, I would like to talk about some safety and some general rules that Snap-on has. We, Snap-on, say you should always use the right tool for a job. You should always use that tool properly. You should always maintain that tool, and you should always wear personal protective equipment to keep yourself safe while you're working. So if you notice, the word always is in there frequently, and I think we'll focus on that word while we're going through this. First thing, always check your tool's health. You know, if you don't feel well, you don't function well. You have to go to the doctor. You have to get a checkup. You have to be taken care of. And the same can be said for your tools. Now, sometimes you can do a visual inspection and you think, you know what, I can't use that. Sometimes you do an inspection and you think, oh, that looks fine. When in reality, if you'll dig a little bit deeper, you'll realize, no, that's not a good idea. If I start swinging this hammer around, that head's going to go somewhere. It's going to catch one of my classmates or someone else, and that's a problem. So always check your tool's health. Always keep an area clean. When you're working, there are always going to be bits and pieces of material that wind up in an area, and just like when you're cooking at home, you want to keep the kitchen clean so that you don't cause a problem and get the wrong thing in the foods while you're cooking. You want to make sure you clean up so that you don't wind up with something where it doesn't belong, particularly when you're building. So we want to inspect our tools. We want to make sure we're using the right tool. We want to make sure they're clean. And most times what you need to do is to make sure they're clean, and you'll be wiping them down. You'll keep them lubricated with a little bit of oil to keep these tools from rusting. And then you want to use personal protective equipment. If you're in a noisy environment, you may need to use some noise suppression devices on your ears. But almost always you'll need safety glasses when you're using tools, because there's nothing more important than your eyes and your hands and your fingers. You're the one that you're trying to keep safe, so that when you finish what you're doing, you get home that night, everything still works just like it's supposed to. So 4 rules: use the right tool, use it properly, maintain it, and wear personal protective equipment. And we'll be back in a little bit and talk some more tools.